Hello everyone, this is Ben Williams with Lake Life Real Estate at Coldwell Banker Schmidt Realtors in Traverse City, Michigan. And in this week's vlog, we're going to talk about how you can get ready to purchase your first home. Step 1, getting the pre-approval letter if you're going to be using a lender to finance your home purchase. Approved. Most buyers will want to finance the purchase of their first home, either through a mortgage company, lender, bank, etc. It is important to shop around, find the best possible rates, best possible lender out there, one that's going to work well with you, that you're going to have a connection with. Now, not a lot of buyers do this, but I highly recommend it. You want somebody that you feel comfortable with, that you can trust to take you from point A to point B, all the way to the finish line. Now, depending on if you're going to be using a federally backed loan, such as a VA, FHA, etc., find out what the rules and regulations are and what kind of issues you might run into when you're using these type of loans. Your lender should be able to explain it better and answer any questions or concerns that you may have going forward. Now, once the lender has given you that pre-approval letter, you're off to the races. Contact your realtor, and if you don't have one, it's worth its weight in gold to get a realtor. Let them know what your budget is. Give them your pre-approval letter, because a lot of sellers may want to see that pre-approval letter before they let you in your house. Get with them, find out the location, what your requirements are in your next home, and he or she will take it from there. Step 2, find the right realtor for you. This will go a long way in eliminating and minimizing some of the stress and worries that you're going to have when you're looking for your first home. Realtor. A realtor is worth their weight in gold, like I said in step 1. He or she knows the area like the back of their hand, or they should. They ought to know what the market value of the homes in that neighborhood and let you know if it's priced appropriately or not. Also do the research and find out if there is some elevated prices in there that may push your house that you want out of the appraised window. Get with your realtor, find out what the requirements are in each subdivision, if there's an association or not, and let them know what you want out of your next home. This is your money, your home. You should have a say on how you get your home. Your realtor is there to provide a service to you and to walk you through it step by step. Step 3, being prepared for the earnest money deposit. Earnest money deposit shows the seller that you're ready to move forward with the transaction, and depending on the size of your earnest money deposit, gives the seller peace of mind that you're ready to move forward. Now, oftentimes when there is a multiple offer situation, sometimes a large earnest money deposit will tip the scales in your favor. I often recommend that maybe a buyer should save at least 1 to 2% of whatever the purchase price is going to be. Save that as your earnest money deposit. Like I said, don't worry. Earnest money deposit will be given back to you at closing and help pay for all your closing costs, or some of your closing costs. It depends on how much closing costs you have. But it will be returned. So, whatever you save up will be applied to the home purchase. Stay tuned for step 4. Step number 4, the accepted offer. Now, being prepared for this step is really crucial to help minimize stresses and strains. During this step, you're going to want to hire a home inspector. Also, depending on if you get a federally backed loan or not, you may need a water test, septic test, and a pest test. Find out which test you may need from your lender and start saving now. Depending on the location that you live in, these tests could run anywhere between $450 with a home inspection and another $150 for each individual specialized test. Find out early, save early, and eliminate or minimize some of your stresses during this process. Next step. Step 5, being prepared for the closing costs and associated fees. Closing costs include appraisals, homeowners insurance, and any type of bank fees that have come up during this process. Now, I typically advise my buyers to prepare for about 3.5% to 4% of whatever the purchase price is. That should be about what your closing costs are going to be. Your buyer's agent may be able to work most or some of those closing costs into the purchase of your home, either having the seller pay for it or pay for half of it. One of the closing costs that you're going to need to pay up front prior to closing is the appraisal cost. And depending on the bank and how much they're going to charge, it could be anywhere between $300 to $400. Again, this is a fee that you need to prepare for. And maybe while you're shopping around for a good loan officer, see if they'll waive that fee to help earn your business. Whatever you can do to help save money now or prepare for it will help, again, minimize some of the stresses during this first-time closing process. In step 6, we're going to discuss the underwriters. Careful. Now, you may feel pretty confident right about now that you've already got the house under contract, you already went through the inspection process, the appraisal came back good. But there is one more hurdle you have to jump over, and that is getting through underwriting. Now, the underwriter is there to make sure that the bank's assets are protected and that your debt-income ratio did not change dramatically to push you out of the contention for this mortgage. A lot of buyers make the mistake that once they get comfortable and they have the appraisal that everything's good, and it's not always the case. The underwriter will pull your credit once more to verify that you haven't lost a job and that your debt-to-income ratio has not risen, pushing you out of contention for this mortgage. So hang tight, be careful, and do not take out any more debt. You're almost there. Don't get carried away. You'll get your house sooner rather than later. So being prepared for these 6 steps will help minimize and reduce significantly the amount of stress and strain that you're going to incur when you're purchasing your first home. Thank you very much for watching this vlog about getting ready to buy your first home. I look forward to speaking to you next week.